All right, so I'm here with my Kubota BX23S, and I was just getting ready to get set up to mow the yard. I noticed that when I was out doing some bush hogging that I raised the front end loader at one point and felt a little bit of chatter in the hydraulics. So I thought, well, I was a little bit low on hydraulic fluid. So I brought it on down to the house and parked it. Didn't do anything with it then. So decided I would fill it up with hydraulic fluid and then go put the bush hog away, take the front end loader off, put my mower deck on, and get to mowing. But after pouring a couple of quarts into the gearbox, or whatever you want to call it, it's still not showing any on the dipstick. I started to think that that didn't make a whole lot of sense, followed by seeing it run out on the garage floor here. So I could see it running out of the end of the axle, so I think I've got some kind of seal or something that's come loose. I don't know. I've got it jacked up here. I'm getting ready to take the tire off, and I'm gonna take a look and see if I can figure out what's going on. Hopefully it won't be anything major, because we're getting ready to take off on vacation and I need to get the grass cut before we go. So we'll see how that goes. Now, I will also share with you that I'm not normally out in the garage working in shorts and flip-flops. I was just going to mow the yard. No big deal, but anyway, this is what it turned into. So I may have to change my clothes so I can get serious about this. We'll see what happens. Well, I can already see what the problem is. What I've got to figure out is why. What holds that seal on there? I would think there's no way it's that simple. I'll bring you over here because I'm puzzled by this. So I actually, this end of the shaft was opened up. It's like an O-ring, and all the hydraulic fluid was leaking right out of that. Now, what I need to know is what holds that in place, because surely to goodness it doesn't just slide in there easily, because I just pressed it back in and it stopped leaking, but I don't want it coming back off. Now, I don't know if maybe it is just a press fit, but where I got in the mud and the grass, maybe I somehow spun it off of there. I don't know. That's a really interesting situation there. All right, so I did a little bit of research on the internet and I figured out that this seal does just press in there. So apparently I just had the unfortunate event that I got mud and dirt and stuff wrapped around here to where somehow it dislodged this seal and it popped out. Now, the interesting thing about that is the very first time that I ran my rotary cutter, I had a similar thing happen, in that the seal is held in by a circlip, and somehow I got something wrapped around the shaft of that and it popped that circlip out. The seal fell out and all my fluid leaked out of my gearbox on that. So this is my second go around with wasting a whole bunch of oil or hydraulic fluid. But anyway, we pressed her back in place. I'm going to fill it up, make sure it doesn't leak here, and then try to get this grass cut. I am joined here by a bunch of my little buddies who thought that when I came out I was going to go feed them, but it's not quite feeding time yet. So anyway, they came looking for me. See if I can lower this jack down a little bit slowly, because that wheel and tire is heavy. Got these wheels and tires filled, or well, the tires are filled with fluid, so they weigh quite a bit. I do my best to not pick them up any more than I have to. wrench out and torque those up. We got a big mess here, but anyway, got to put back together. Got it almost full of fluid, but I didn't have quite enough hydraulic fluid left to fill it up because I poured half of it out on the floor. Anyway, hopefully it'll be enough. I can get this taken care of, and then I'll run to Rural Can, get some more fluid and fill it up. But hopefully I don't have any more problems. So if this happens again, I'll be sure and give you an update. But I'll go ahead and share what happened here with y'all, so that hopefully if it happens to you, you'll know what the fix is. And it was really simple, so hopefully it's something that we don't encounter anymore. That seal sure did go back in there awfully easy though, so that concerns me just a little bit. But hopefully it'll be okay and we won't leak out the rest of this fluid. But if I do, then I'll have to change out that seal and we'll go from there. So we'll do what we got to do. We'll go ahead and fire her up here, and it wouldn't actually even pick up the bush hog when I first came in here, so we'll see. I've got more fluid in it now, so hopefully it'll take care of that. So let's go ahead and check and see how we did. So while we're cleaning up here, I'll just go ahead and tell you I have put probably 5 hours on the tractor since I put that seal back in, and I've not had any more issues. It's not leaking anymore. I got it filled up with fluid and it's holding steady. So apparently that was the fix. I think I just was unfortunate enough to get some weeds wrapped around there and it popped that seal out, and so went back in real easy. So hopefully this will help somebody out if they have the same issue. Alright, so we're all put back together. It really only set us back maybe a half an hour, getting it jacked up, figuring out the seal, putting it back in, getting her filled up, and then cleaning up our mess. So we got her all put back together, so hopefully it's going to work out for us. We made a big mess on the garage floor, so I put some Dawn dish soap on it, try to clean that up so I don't bust my hind end on the oil in there. But all right, well, hopefully you learned a little bit that might help you out if you have this kind of problem. So appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good night.